Hello, this is Nyasha Charandura from Major Sports Institute. Today, I would like to present on one of the major key topics, which is planning. I've gone through different programs where I was lecturing from CAF courses, world athletics courses, and etc. But I discovered one of the things that affect many coaches is the ability to plan. So today we want to start from a broader point of view, or could I say the bigger picture point of view, which you call a macro cycle. I'll start by a brief definition of what a macro cycle is. Then after that, we'll come into a few details on what determines macro cycle. So a macro cycle can be defined in two ways. Firstly, the yearly plan or the seasonal plan. The seasonal plan will make a lot of sense. Why? Because you are planning for the season. So it can be called a seasonal plan. So when you come and say a yearly and you say the seasonal plan, it means there's something that have to be looked differently. That seasons differ. Some are long, some are short, some are medium, and etc. So the first point of call in understanding is the length of the season on what you are planning for. Then planning will begin to make sense. Failure to plan is planning to fail. So, like what I said in the beginning, it's a bigger picture that you have. You are having a bigger picture on how you want your journey to go. You're supposed to know the length of that particular season. After you know that the length of that particular season, then you're supposed now to come back and look at the available resources. Available resources, they determine how you're going to plan. I have many coaches that calls me, coach, you are starting preseason. How should I plan? The first question that I ask is about resources. Firstly, from the resources that you know, the cons and etc., the financial part, where are you going to travel to do the preseason and etc. But one of the key resources is also the main power. The main power starts from the technical bench you have in terms of the competence across different areas you'll be touching. Then secondly, it comes to the players, which means scouting is key part of preparation. What type of players are you scouting? What are their basic attributes? The attributes of the players that you're bringing in. Because when you bring in players, there's another guide, which is supposed to be the philosophy of the club. So the philosophy of the club and the philosophy of the coach should guide also in terms of the recruitment, because those will lead to the style of play. So this is, yes, it's still part of planning. We're speaking about the bigger picture, but the bigger picture should incorporate all those elements. So that when you scale down to the mesocycle, macro cycles, training sessions, it becomes easy because you would have dealt with the bigger picture. Then after looking at all those things, you're also supposed to look at the level you are playing. Football is not the same. You cannot say that the way they play in our English Premiership is the same as you are doing in your local league. The level of competitions are different in terms of even the intensity of the leagues. Some of you are dealing with developmental sides. Some might be just going through development. So you're supposed to take that into consideration when planning. That's why it's very difficult for someone to plan for you if they don't have all these details. So for a journey to start of planning, for you to later come with training sessions, drills, and etc., you are supposed to go through fault finding. You're supposed to go through details. What exactly do you want? What are the challenges that you have? We are coming from the broader point of view, the attributes of the players, the competence of part of your bench. How competent are they for you to say that you are planning to move from point A to point B? The reason why we're not speaking about one person, maybe the head coach or the manager, is because this should be teamwork in the 21st century. Especially during the first phase, but the medical is involved. The physical fitness coaches are involved. The sports scientists are involved. The physiotherapists are involved. The nutritionists are involved. The performance analysts are involved. The biokineticists are involved. The biokinetic guys are involved. So there should be a bigger picture. When an assembled team of competent technical bench can be able to determine the journey, how it's supposed to move. So it's very, very important to have a bigger picture, to look at all those aspects before you start. And at least now, as you know the calendar, you can plan on how you are going to integrate the phases, which gives you the mesocycles. How long the mesocycles will be is determined by the competition calendar. So we'll meet you in the next topic as we present on this key topic of mesocycle, which is determined by the calendar, which you plan from the bigger picture. Thank you very much. Let's meet the next topic.